Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that weird kind of cut in the stream there. I noticed that Windows decided to have the little thing that shows your weather and stuff down at the bottom. And I don't know if that will show your location or not eventually, but I don't really want that. Don't need to get doxxed because Windows wants to tell me what temperature it is outside. Um, that being said, it was accurate. It is very humid outside. But anyway, so yeah, to jump right back into what I was saying though, so got the computer all set up, had a pretty good day today. Just wanted to do a stream and figure, hey, why not do some Roblox? So we'll see how it goes. And I'm also noticing, oh, good God, I keep forgetting to press things. There we go. Okay, now we should be finally good. This game Hypershot though, like I said, when I played it last night a bit, I was really enjoying it. I was doing really well. I'll see if I can try to do a little bit more of that tonight, but some of these guys seem pretty good, so I'm not totally sure. When I was looking up like what streams and stuff are popular with Roblox right now, this game actually might be on the rise. When I looked it up, I didn't see that many people that had done videos or streams on it, but I saw a few, and there was a couple of larger people, like larger Roblox creators that had done videos and streams of this, so maybe it's kind of an up-and-coming thing, I don't know. It's one of those things where sometimes I do actually manage to find stuff like before it actually becomes popular. Like how I was saying, I've had this Roblox account forever. Man, imagine if I could have been making Roblox videos for the past 15 years and then like how big the channel might be by now. But yeah. But speaking of streams, another thing that I wanted to mention also, so I mentioned this on Blue Sky, but I've been considering possibly moving streams over to Twitch. And I know that I've been like kind of really critical of Twitch before, because like I think that there's a lot of streamers on Twitch that don't necessarily facilitate like healthy communities. But also, the more that I thought about it, the more that I've been kind of like, it might actually make more sense for me to stream on Twitch and then upload the archives of those streams. Upload the archives of those streams to YouTube, because there's a lot of Twitch streamers that I actually, well, not a lot, but there's some Twitch streamers that I actually like watch the archives of their streams on YouTube. And I don't know, I just feel like it works better that way, and I might, if I do this, I'll make a video explaining it more, but long story short, I just feel like in some ways there might be more of an audience for my streams on Twitch, because people do watch these on YouTube, but even when they watch them on YouTube, a lot of the times it's like they're watching the archive of it. And if I was streaming on Twitch, I could still upload that like the next day or within a few days to YouTube, and so anybody who wants to watch the archived version of the stream could still do so. But then when it comes to actually being live, I think on Twitch, like people go to Twitch looking for gaming content, and also the way that Twitch is set up, since it is like a live streaming platform exclusively, it tends to like, it promotes streams better, I think, because like YouTube is actually kind of hard to find streams on. I never have streams suggested to me on my YouTube homepage, and then likewise, like I almost never get them recommended to me. Like even people that I'm subscribed to, like it doesn't always necessarily notify you that they're streaming. So there's a part of me that just thinks like for the stream part of this channel, it really just might work out better if I do them on Twitch, because like the whole thing with how Twitch is going to show streams more, and then also I feel like the way Twitch organizes its games, like sometimes I know on the rare occasions where I'll decide to go watch a stream on Twitch, sometimes I'll go search by game category, and I'll look at like whatever games don't have that many people streaming them but are kind of interesting. And I think that there's probably a lot of people that do that, and I think that that's something that would benefit my channel, because I have a lot of sort of non-common games that I stream. And so if you're scrolling through Twitch and you see in like the categories that, you know, there's some random dude streaming, like, I don't even know, like Black Ops 2 or something still, you might be like, oh, that's interesting. Why are they streaming Black Ops 2? Or why are they streaming like an old Need for Speed or something? And then watch. So it's kind of my thought process there on that. But we'll see. Also, yes, my name is Awesome347 on Roblox. It has been that all these years, and I did think about possibly changing it, but I decided against that because it's kind of nostalgic, you know. It was like it's a name that I remember picking out, and like even though it's kind of silly, I think it fits. So I don't know. I might still change it eventually, but I'm not 100% sure on that because I do like it. In Hypershot, I'd really like to try to save up to get the honey badger, because this Tommy gun was working for me, but it's not really been working for me now. Actually, I might want to, when I get the chance, I might want to change my loadout back to a rifle with a more traditional aim down sights. Some of the guns in this game you can aim down sights with, some of them you can't. So this one is one of the ones that I can't aim down sights with. And that, even though it's really good for close range, it is kind of really hard to hit anything at far ranges, even though it has a really good ammo capacity and everything. That's the other thing too, though. This gun takes forever to reload. Let's go ahead and swap this to the M4. Now I can aim down sights. Is this free for all? Okay. See, a lot easier to hit stuff from a distance and reloads a lot faster. Apparently 1 a.m. is when all the good players decide to get onto this game, though. I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but yeah, I was demolishing in this game last night when I was playing it. That being said, it is not like lost on me that there's a good chance that I was playing against like literal children. So you know, that felt a little bit bad, because like I've been playing Call of Duty for like however many years, so I feel like I've got a little bit of an unfair advantage there. Ooh, and 1,000 gems. Okay. Yeah, I think it was a good idea for me to swap that to the rifle. By the way, something else funny that I wanted to show, or not funny, but interesting that I wanted to show with this game, it actually has controller support. And I don't even have to do anything. Like, so now I'm playing with a controller. Not going to be as good. But, yeah. This is another thing I decided to buy for this computer when I was getting it set up. I just got a cheap, like, Logitech kind of PlayStation 3 looking controller, because there are some games that on PC that I might want to play with a controller for whatever reason. And yeah, it works on here. I was surprised. I did not mean to do an instant revive. But yeah, I'll swap that to mouse and keyboard in a second here. And the controller support in this game is really good. All the buttons are where I would expect them to be. I know when I've played this before, or not played this, but when I played Roblox before, not every... Oh, I just scratched myself on a mosquito bite. I have not always had, like, not all the games are kind of built with controller in mind. This one I think sort of is, though, because it's very much like a proper first-person shooter, even though it's built in Roblox. It's so impressive coming back to Roblox after like so long away to see what people have done with some of the games, because I mean, like, this feels the same level of quality as some actual like separate games that I've played before. a video idea that I have also relating to Roblox and I'm considering making. And by the way, let me just say, don't worry, the channel is not going to become like a solo Roblox channel. I just kind of wanted to see how this would do. I am thinking about making a video just kind of exploring my account because it is so old. I think even a lot of like popular Roblox creators do not have accounts as old as I do. So I think it'd be interesting to look through some of the items that it has and like some of the groups that I was a member of and stuff like that. And just kind of check it out in a video. I think it would be interesting. I think people would like to see that. Oh my god, this third shift death guy is really kinda wrecking. It is funny though, when I was looking through my inventory and stuff earlier, I actually had like about 70 Robux, and I spent some of them buying some new clothes for my avatar before I did the stream, because like the only items that I owned before were like a TF2 scout shirt. So I went ahead and got some more modern clothes for my avatar, but it was interesting to see some of the old items that I have, because there was a bunch that were like no longer for sale, like off sale, I think is what it said, because they're not available anymore. It's kind of crazy to think that I created this account around the same time as I created my Club Penguin account. And like, you know, Club Penguin's been shut down for 8 years now, and yet, you know, here is Roblox, kind of still improving. Oh my god. Why is there a cat girl in my Roblox game? Something else I might do a stream of at some point is I might do a stream of Max Payne 3 survival mode. I think I did a stream of that a couple years ago, and I think it was on the PS3 version of Max Payne 3, although maybe not. It might have been on the PC version on my Inspiron. I was playing a little bit of that the past couple days, and that mode is not available on PlayStation anymore, even though or Xbox, even though you can play that mode offline, because you had to get like onto the online servers to access it, and since those are shut down on console, it doesn't work. But if you're playing on PC, you can still access it, because you can still play multiplayer on the PC version of Max Payne 3. The only thing is, nobody's like really playing the PC version of Max Payne 3, so like the actual multiplayer doesn't really work that well. But anyway, my point is, I was playing some of that survival mode. Dead Men Walking is what it's called, because if you have more than one person, one of you plays as Max, one of you plays as Passos. Yeah, it's really fun. I think you can make for a good stream. The only thing that sucks is that there's a glitch, actually, where you can only play one of the maps. There was 2 maps for that game mode. It was the Tietê River Docks, which is one of the levels that takes place in Brazil, and it was the Hoboken Alleys, which is one of the levels that takes place in New Jersey. And the Hoboken Alleys level has had a problem where it doesn't load when you try to play it, it just crashes. And I'm pretty sure I saw like a Steam community post. There are fixes for it, but they're all kind of a little bit complicated. But one of the community posts that I had seen about one of the fixes pretty much said that the reason why the game crashes when you try to play the Hoboken Alleys level is because I guess somebody hacked the leaderboards and put like a billion score on it, and then that causes the game to crash whenever you go to play it. So that kind of sucks. But the Tiete River Docks level is pretty cool though too. So at least it's still there. I kind of want to look though, because if that thing with the leaderboard is true, I feel like there's got to be an easier way to get around that without having to like actually mod the game. We're winning pretty well right now. Now, that being said, I don't know if you can necessarily consider me to be winning, because I'm not doing as well as I would have liked, but doing okay. So a little bit of an IRL story for you guys. Something kind of interesting that I might be trying to look into soon. So if you all remember, it was a couple months ago. I talked about for my birthday, I went to Around One for the first time, which is a big arcade. They've got a lot of games from Japan. They have a bunch of exclusivity deals with different game maker or arcade game makers and stuff that they're the only place that has some Japanese games in the US and stuff. I'd gone to one a while back, but I had to travel quite a distance to get to it. It's not a place that I can go very often. But something interesting, so one of the games that I found there, initially I wanted to go to play Initial D and Wangan Midnight Maximum too, and they didn't have Initial D, at least they didn't have it out in the open. It might have been in the Spocha area, but that's for kids or whatever, and you gotta pay extra for it. So anyway though, so one of the games that they had there that I discovered for the first time that I ended up really enjoying was actually Naruto Emblem Battle, and it's a game. It's kind of like some of the other games that I like that print out cards that you can use in the game later on. This one gives you these little plastic tabs. I actually showed all the ones that I got in a video I made a couple months ago also, where I talked about different cards and collectibles and stuff. I had one from arcades. So, long story short, they have a locator on the website for Naruto Emblem Battle. It shows where the game is located and stuff. And initially there weren't any machines for it in like anywhere near me. But I got kind of bored at work today, and I don't know why, but I decided to check on the locator thing. And weirdly enough, some grocery stores seem to be getting the game. And for some reason, for some reason grocery stores seem to be getting the game. And now apparently at some point between the last time I checked and now, 3 grocery stores that are not that close to me, but are not that far from me, seem to have it now. So, I'm very curious to go check out some of those stores and see if they actually have it or not, because it seems strange that like a random grocery store would have a game that otherwise is like exclusive to round 1. So we'll see. I really do hope that they have it though, because it'd be cool if I could just drive a little ways to play that game again instead of having to drive all the way to like another state to play it again. Because it is really fun. So that is a little adventure that I'm hoping to go on soon and check out. And you know, I don't normally make like real life videos that often, but there's a chance that that I might make a little bit of a real life video about that just because it's so interesting. The thing that gets me is I can't understand, like I don't get why Naruto Emblem Battle would just be showing up at like random grocery stores. The only thing that I can think of is if it's like an inverse of how arcade machines usually work. Cause so a lot of the time, like the place that has an arcade machine probably owns that arcade. Like, okay, this is kind of hard to explain because I don't really know what I'm talking about here. But like, so vending machines, like there's a whole thing. There's like a kind of subculture of like hustle culture that is all about vending machines. And so there's like a lot of videos and stuff out there about like how the vending machine industry works, and a lot of the times it's kind of interesting because it's like the vending machines that you see in a lot of places are not actually necessarily owned by the place they're at. A lot of the times they're owned by like a third party that is renting space in the place that they're at. So like sometimes laundromats, places like that, like if you see like a snack vending machine or whatever at a laundromat, then it doesn't necessarily mean that the laundromat owns it, but it might just be like an individual who owns it and is renting the space from the laundromat. So anyway, a lot of the time, I don't think arcade games necessarily work the same way. I'm pretty sure that a lot of the times the place where an arcade game is usually owns the actual arcade game, but I'm kind of starting to wonder if maybe it's the opposite with Naruto Emblem Battle, if like whatever company has the license to that game or whatever, or owns all the cabinets for that game in the US, if maybe they're renting space from places and kind of setting it up like a vending machine rather than actually selling the machines, selling the game cabinet itself to these like stores. Because that's the only way that it makes sense in my mind for it to be profitable. That being said, I do think that of like the arcade games that are out there, it does make a lot of sense for Emblem Battle to be one that shows up in like grocery stores and stuff, because like I feel like it's something that if like the local grocery stores that I go to, if one of them had Emblem Battle in it, you know, I probably would play it pretty often. I wouldn't necessarily be standing there for like, you know, hours at a time, like dumping money into Naruto Emblem Battle. But the thing is, since it gives you something, but also has fun gameplay, like, I feel like there's a good chance that it kind of works as like a grocery store type machine. Because it's almost like why the main type of arcade game you'll see at like grocery stores and restaurants and stuff is claw machines, because you can actually like win something from them. And with Naruto Emblem Battle, you're gonna always get something with it because it gives you a free emblem every time you play. So, yeah, I think it makes sense. Like, because I know it would work on me, is what I'm saying. Like, if every time I went to Walmart, if there was a Naruto Emblem Battler game, yeah, I would put like $1 or $2 in there and play it. Why not? And I feel like, you know, there's probably a lot of other people around my age range that probably would do that, but there's probably also a lot of kids still that like Naruto. And probably kind of the same idea. speaking of TV shows and stuff, I'm still working through my backlog of things that I had saved on Netflix, but I've finally finished another show that was on there. I finished watching County Masamir. That's only got 2 seasons. It's kind of, I told my girlfriend about it because I thought she might like it too. It's kind of like a Middle Eastern Family Guy. I believe it's actually a Saudi Arabian show, like it was made in Saudi Arabia. So it's like got a lot of Middle Eastern like themes and like specific like cultural references, but it also kind of has the same type of humor as like a Family Guy or Simpsons would have. Although some of the episodes, oh my god, what the heck happened here? So it's pretty good. There are a couple episodes that I felt like they took themselves too seriously, but I watched that. That was pretty good to watch. And then I'm finally trying to watch Ikebukuro Westgate Park, which is a Japanese show. I believe it was made in like the 2000s. So like that's an era of TV that I like, and it has a really interesting style to it. The way it was recorded looks kind of, I don't know, it's like both professional and unprofessional. It's just it's a show that's got a really unique vibe. I'm not entirely sure what it's actually about yet though, because I'm only like halfway through the first episode, but I think it turns into a murder mystery. I've started watching that show like 2 or 3 times before, and then always end up getting caught up on something else, and then having to restart watching it. But now I'm actually like watching it. And it seems pretty cool so far. So, want to finish watching that. I think that was the last show that I had like started watching and not actually finished. I have a couple other ones on my list that I have saved, and originally my plan was to try to clear out my whole list before I started any new games, movies, books, anything like that. But I might just try to clear out the ones that I had started watching, because like there's a couple shows that are on my list on there that I think would take me a really long time to finish, and I just don't necessarily want to spend all the time doing that. Like I have Wednesday saved on there, and I haven't watched the first season of that either yet, and the second season of that just came out, so that's like at least 20 hours of show, I think, and that's a lot. Especially when I'm kind of actively avoiding working on other things until I finish that. I mean, even Ikebukuro Westgate Park is going to take a while, because that's like 10 episodes and each one's like an hour long, so that's like 10 hours of show. So yeah. Go ahead and open these cases. Oh, that's interesting. No skins for that. I haven't really looked at any of the perks or anything yet in here. I guess I don't really have that many. Oh, these all cost diamonds, don't they? Yep, okay, well I guess I will just be sticking with the perks that I already have. My Robux, I don't know when I bought them, but they've been in my account for a very long time. I only remember when I was younger getting Robux like one time. Yeah, I never really bought that many items on Roblox. Oh, I can choose different icons. Hang on, I wasn't done looking at that. Dude, come on now. Not gonna lie, some of these seem really out of place for a Roblox game. Like, why we got anime girl eating pizza in Roblox? This ain't the same Roblox from back in my day. There wasn't anything round in Roblox. You know, I was thinking about like the first couple times I played Roblox earlier, and it sort of like unlocked a hidden memory in my brain that the first couple times I played Roblox was actually not on this account. I played Roblox all the way back when guest accounts still existed. That was the first way I played Roblox. Like I had it downloaded and everything, but I didn't have my own account, and I played as a guest for like at least a couple months. Um, if I do a video talking about like all of the like my account and stuff, like all the old stuff on my account, how did he get up there? Yeah, dude, there is so much memory in this account. Dang. I also really gotta try to play some more Division on this computer too, cause I really like the Division, the original Division, and I've had it on PC for quite a while, but I just never really like played it that much on PC because of the stuff I've said before about my Inspiron before, that even though it was a gaming computer, never really seemed to like actually want a game. I booted up. I booted up the Division yesterday night, and dude, so good. Like playing it on a computer that can properly handle it without like being so loud that I can't do anything about it. It was awesome. It like detected my screen was at 1440p and everything, and it was like ultra settings, and it was great. I am kind of curious to see if this like alternate cooling setup that I have set up in this computer does continue to work, just because like I don't know, I feel like the theory is that water cooling is like a lot better than air cooling, but at the same point, I mean, like right now, yeah, I'm holding my hand on my computer. It doesn't feel hot at all. Now that being said, I am just playing Roblox, but like the exhaust fan out the back is literally not even warm at all. Um, so I guess the water cooling thing is partially like a sound thing though too. But since I have this computer stuck under my desk where I can't really hear it, I don't really care what it sounds like. Like it's actually a little bit loud because I don't have any sort of fan control software set up. So like the CPU fan seems to ramp up and ramp down like as it needs, but the case fans seem to be kind of going just at max all the time. And like honestly, I don't really care. Just like because I can't really hear it. That was one of the issues with that Dell, was that the fans would ramp up so loud every time I would try to play something, and since it's a laptop, I had to listen to it, because that's just like that's how laptops work. They're all in one. But yeah. Also, by the way, still at 899 subscribers. We are so incredibly close to 900 subscribers, and it is very hard to get this 900 subscriber. I was at like 899 like 3 weeks ago, and then I think I dipped down to like 897 and then gained 2 subscribers again, and now I'm back at 899. So if you're watching the stream and you're not already subscribed, please do subscribe, because that is a big goal, and I only need one more person to subscribe to hit it. That reminds me, also, part of my idea with the possibility of moving streams to Twitch is that if I moved streams to Twitch, I would probably make another channel to host all the archived streams on, so that way they would still be separate, because if I had to upload them on YouTube, they wouldn't show up in the live tab anymore. They would show up in with the videos, and it would just be like way too much stuff all at once. But then it would also be easier, like if you're somebody who only likes my non-stream stuff, if you're somebody who only likes my stream stuff, like you could subscribe to just one channel or the other, and it would make it easier to kind of see what was what. And same too, like even if you like both, you could subscribe to both, and then you would get notified about like one thing or the other. So that's, yeah, that's part of the idea. You know, I've been really surprised though. My long plays channel has like 60 subscribers now, and I am a little taken aback by that, just because like I have not really promoted that channel at all, and I also haven't done anything on that channel in like a hot minute. Yeah, I really need to do another playthrough because they're clearly popular, and they're clearly popular, and I just haven't done one lately. But like over on Wolf's Long Plays, they are really doing pretty well, even without me really doing anything for them. And then of course I usually split those up into parts. It's been such a long time since I uploaded one. If you haven't seen one of my playthroughs, the way I usually would do it is I would split it up into parts, and I would upload the parts individually on this channel first, and then once all the parts are uploaded here, I would upload it all as one big long play on the Wolf's Long Plays channel. Originally the idea started for when I was in grad school, and sometimes I would just, or even just college, I would just be too busy sometimes for long periods of time to make videos. So like over breaks and stuff, I would do like a playthrough or two, and then like use that to kind of have something uploading on the channel while I was busy in real life. But I just haven't done that in a while. But yeah, that would be a good thing to do. Yeah, I'm flabbergasted a little bit with how well the Long Plays channel has been doing, because I mean, it's not like it's really even anything original. Like, it's all stuff that already was uploaded here, just put in a slightly different format. So it's interesting that it's been doing pretty well. Delicious, wholesome plastic flakes that make a perfect start to any morning. I think the very first Roblox game that I ever played, or at least the first one that I really remember playing, and I specifically remember playing it as a guest, was there was like a bank robbery game, and I remember thinking it was like really interesting and like getting really into it, and I played it like a handful of times as a guest, and then I remember I made an account, or I like got permission from my parents to make an account finally. And I remember it was funny because I didn't even realize that Roblox had like a chat feature. And then, like, when I made my own account, because guests could not chat or see the chat, I remember when I made my account, I was like, oh my god, this opens up a whole new world. I think I'm going to open this case, and then I think I'm going to go ahead and end the stream there. I know it's been another kind of short one, but what did I get? What did I even get? What did I even get? Honey badger skin. Yeah, this has been fun, though. It was fun to check this out and to play some Roblox on stream. This is an idea that I've actually had for a while, and then I just never did it till now. So if you guys want to see me do more Roblox stuff, let me know. I do feel like
with how I sort of often cover slightly older games, like nostalgic games and stuff, Club Penguin, I did this stuff, that one video on Free Realms recently. This kind of fits with the channel. Um, but yeah, I don't really know if this will be a consistent thing, the Roblox thing. But that being said, there are YouTubers out there that I've seen that Roblox is like their entire thing, so we'll see. Um, but yeah, thank you guys for watching the stream. I will see you in other stuff in the future, and bye bye. Have a nice night.